Hello, my friends. This is Mary, and you're watching Cardz TV. I'm so glad you came by today because we're going to make a center easel card. This is a really quick and easy fun fold, and I've showed you this one before, but it's been a while, so I thought I'd do another one today. Now, I've got my card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5. I've already scored it at 4 1/4, and we're going to turn it up to the short end, and I'm going to put it in my trimmer at the 1 1/4 line, and I'm going to put my cutting blade lining up this little bar right here with the fold of my card. And this is kind of hard for me to see. I'm looking over a camera. But then I'm going to go straight up, just like that. I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing to the other side. Put it in at 1 1/4. Move my blade down to the fold line and cut straight up again. And this is what we're going to have. The next thing we're going to do is take these little flaps that I cut and fold them down at your 4 1/4 score mark, and make sure you've got these outside edges lined up because we're going to glue these down flat to the back of the card. So that's what I'm going to do, is grab my glue. You want to give these a good burnish. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to glue these flaps down to the card. Now that we've got the sides glued down, we want to make the easel. And all we're going to do is turn it this way, and you can see where the fold line is. You're just going to take this edge and take it back to the fold line. And we're going to burnish this, and this is going to be the easel part of our card. And it's going to stand up just like this. I'll show you from the side. You can see how that makes our easel. We'll go ahead and give this fold a good burnish too, because we want everything to lay down flat, because we're going to cover the sides, the inside, and this back part and front part of our easel. We're going to cover it with some cardstock and some pattern paper. Now, y'all know how much I love gingham, and I have this really cute navy and white gingham, and I'm going to put a navy blue shadow behind it. Now, the shadow I cut at 1 1/8 by 4 1/8, and the gingham is 1 inch by 4 inches. I'm going to get these two attached together and then put these on the side of my card, just like that. I'm already loving the looks of this card. Now we're going to do the inside. We have a shadow, which is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8, and then this gingham is 2 3/4 by 4. I'm going to get these attached together and get these on the inside of the card. Now, I know there are a lot of pieces to this card, but don't worry, I'm going to have all the measurements for you in the description box below this video on YouTube, as well as on my blog, cardstv.blogspot.com. Now, next we're going to cover the front and back of our easel. And for the blue mat, or the shadow, this is 2 inches by 2 7/8, and the gingham is 1 7/8 by 2 3/4. So I'll do the same thing I've been doing, get these attached together and get these on the front and the back of our easel. Okay guys, this is what we have so far. Looking pretty cute, I think. Now, we need a stop for our easel. We need an inside mat for a sentiment, And then we need something on the front of our easel. So I've pulled out the Elegant Edges cartridge, and on page 27, this is called Design 1 and Design 1S, which means shift. So I wanted to cut this out to put my little image on that we're going to use, and I cut these two pieces out of blue and one out of white. This is the Design 1S or shift. I cut it at 3 1/4, and then here is the white piece right here that goes on top. This was also cut at 3 1/4. I'm going to get these two adhered together, and this is going to go right here. I'm going to line up these two sides right here with the fold on the easel. Now here is my little mat attached. You can see I only glued it down at the halfway mark, and it's going to stand up nicely. We're going to put a stop right here. But before we put the image on the front, I want to go ahead and put the sentiment mat on the inside. Now for this, I cut a blue mat and a white mat, and I went ahead and stamped it, "I'm buggy for you." That might give you a clue as to what's going on the front. And I used Memento Tuxedo black ink. Now my blue mat for the sentiment, the shadow, is 2 3/8 by 2 1/4. I'm going to put that right there. And my sentiment mat is 2 1/4 by 2 1/8. So I'm going to get these attached together and get that right here on the inside. And I thought it needed a little heart on here. You can use this for a birthday card, a get well card, a Valentine's card. Change the sentiment, change what you put on the front. This can be used for so many different things. But I thought that would be cute to add a little heart. And I just had this little punch. I've had it for years. And I just punched that little heart out. And I want to put that right there. Now we're ready to add an image to this little mat on the front of our easel card. So for that, I used a Cricut Lite cartridge. And this one's called Live Simply. And in the brochure, in the first column, the fourth cut, there's this leaf with a little ladybug on it. And I've noticed ladybugs are on a lot of cards nowadays. They are really coming back. Lots and lots of ladybugs I've been seeing. So I went ahead and did this leaf with the ladybug. Now I did mine as a print and cut in the Cricut Explorer. And I cut it at 2 inches. But this is a super simple cut. If you want to use your Explorer or your Expression or your Maker to cut these pieces out, it's super simple. You cut your background out of black, then you have your 2 colors of green for your leaves, and then you've got the red of your ladybug. There's just 4 cuts to put this together. And as I said, I cut this at 2 inches. I've got it on some foam tape, and I'm going to get this right here on the front. I may add a few little red hearts here and there on the front as well. But now we need a stop to hold this up. So for that, I cut a little white banner, and this is 2 3/4 inches by 1/2 inch, and I stamped it Ladybug Hugs. I've got this on some foam tape, and I'm going to put it right about here. That's where I want my easel to stop at. Okay guys, here is our finished center easel card, and didn't it turn out cute? And I know there's a lot of mats, but basically it's just cutting out your pieces, putting this together. It is not hard at all, and it makes such a cute presentation. Now I did add a few more little hearts around my ladybug. I've got my stop down, and inside we've got plenty of room to sign our name. Ladybug hugs, I'm Buggy for you. So cute. Thank you all so very much for coming by and spending some time with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I love you all. God bless you all. And I will see you again soon with another card. Bye now.